Undisputed might have got away with the biggest finesse of the year. And I'm here to tell y'all why, man. So we all was excited about the dropping of Undisputed Boxing, man. The game dropped. They did the early release. You know, we was feeling good. A couple different patches had us feeling like, okay, we making weight. We making progress, right? But hold on, guys. Hold on. Let me tell y'all about the real play that happened. Let me tell y'all about the real pick and roll, the real oop and scoop. You feel me? Bear with me. So this whole time, you know, we doing our thing. The game release, you know, everybody's being optimistic. I mean, there is some issues. We know it's a smaller company, so it's some things that, you know, we gonna deal with. However, players stop being able to access their DLC fighters that release with the game as well, right? And notice that all of these things really started to happen once the game released. Yes, in early access, you know, they had the room to take time. It's early access, you know what I'm saying? But when the game released, it just really started to feel like they took their foot off the gas and they got a bit lazy. So it was things that people even paid for that they were supposed to have that was, you know, having issues. Not only were we having gameplay issues, desyncing, server issues, we started to have issues with the fighters that we were buying. So bear with me because it gets even crazier. So from there, okay, we starting to see what's going on. You know, people are starting to give their feedback, let them know, you know, like something got to be done. You know, the spammers, the desync is ridiculous, right? Boom. After so many videos and outrage and messages from the community, they finally released that a patch was coming in December. Mind you, it's still not December at the time of this video, right? Still not December. Mind you, I told you once the game dropped, it felt like that they just like ghosted us a bit, you feel me? And this is the big play though. This is the big play. Still follow me for 1 second. This is the big play. This is where it goes to take a turn and where I'm really starting to get a deeper understanding as to what they was actually doing. So the game releases with issues. We're cool with the small company, but now it's some alarming things that's going on and we need fixing with these things. There's no way that we're going to be able to rock out with these things not, you know, working. I'm paying for fighters. I need them. You know what I'm saying? The server issues, the desyncing is almost unplayable. So they had to do something. By the time they get to the point of doing something, they say you have to wait till December. So now we're like, okay, that's making the community feel even weirder. The game was still alive, you know what I'm saying? Because it was some people that was learning to work through the early things that was going on before this recent patch. So stay with me. Okay. Now we're starting to get news about Fight Night. This patch talking about. Now you start to get news about Fight Night is reviving that conversation. Which one is better and Fight Night series versus this, and that's cool, right? So I want to say that the steam was still, you know, pretty much there for this game. I was still enjoying this game at the time. Although some people had an issue, we was patching spammers. It was things that needed to be fixed server wise. But I want to say that the gameplay was still in a state where it was fun to play and a lot of people were enjoying it. So they released now an interim patch after we start to hear the Fight Night news and people are back to comparing, maybe trying to insinuate that the game was dead, although it wasn't, right? Pardon if y'all hearing that background noise, but just bear with me. So we get this interim patch and, you know, it's just making the game very stale right now, and it just feels like this game was put out, you know. I don't and keep following me because I didn't even get to my key point yet, but it's just starting to feel like this game was put out, right, to get them some footing, get them some traction, get them some income, and then they were always thinking about part 2. So that is, you know, what I think happened, and that's why I say it might have been the biggest finesse of the year, because when they're selling us something that we thought was, you know, all of their energy going to, you know, the best boxing game, this being, you know, like the best boxing game from a simulation standpoint, it wound up really just becoming the game that they needed to sell, get their foot in the game to make further games to get closer to that goal. And I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. But I do think that in that case, in that scenario, you gotta, man, you gotta put fill your audience in a little better. You know what I'm saying? You got to inform your content creators a little better. You know, you got guys like Fanatical and people that I know that they are working with, even the other boxers and brand ambassadors. You have to make people aware of this. And they said that they were going to be progressive in, you know, their journey towards making this game over time. However, the way that they went about it was not a way that I feel like the community feels informed or feels like, you know, was a smooth way of going about it. Because here we are, we still waiting on the big patch. We got an interim patch that was terrible, but the game came out and is kind of dead right now. You know, even as far as a content creator, the numbers that guys are getting early on compared to now is starting to dwindle. You know, maybe some success with guys, you know, and their personalities and crossing over from certain games, and you know, you just liking what they do. That's really kind of carrying this game. Those guys that still have a passion for boxing but have platforms are kind of keeping this game alive, just for the sense that, you know, it is the only boxing game out, and it is a pretty good offline experience. But I'm pretty sure that's not what most of us spent our money on the game for. So, you know, like I said, man, I think it was just a bigger, you know, thing at play. And I think they kind of just used us in a pawn in the scheme of their long-term goals. And it's cool, man, but you know, just keep us more informed, keep us more in the loop, give us more in a timely manner. And even with this game, man, if we can kind of go back and tune some things, I'm hoping with this patch that blends, you know, this new patch and where we were at launch, and you know, fixing them servers definitely and starting to give life to these seasons, I think that you know, we may could get on the right track. And also let us know that timetable for game 2, so that we will know how serious you're taking the upcoming fixes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a fan of boxing. I'm a fan of the company. I like what the progress they were able to make, but I'm just not a fan of how they went about certain things. And I'm still going to continue to play the game. I'm still going to support them, but this is just my feedback, and as well as informing, you know, and entertaining my community. It's like, come on, keep us in the loop. Let us know now, what's the timetable for Undisputed 2? You know, what is your thought process in, you know, some of the things that you are going to continue to implement in this game? Because, you know, people still want to feel like that their investment was worthwhile, or people are still asking, you know, is this game worth it? But how will we really know if this game is worth it, you know, if they're not giving us this information? Because I don't want to be telling people to buy a game when, you know, this next patch, it may be another month or two between that patch and the next one. And, you know, some of these circumstances within this game is unplayable. So, you know, like I said, I'm still going to support it, but I'm just here to give y'all the real and my perspective on, you know, what happened with this game. I think this game is in a limbo between a company making money to start thinking about game 2 or the future, and, you know, hit with some, you know, big issues regarding their game that they dropped. So it is a small company, but for what they did in sales, you know, they definitely should be, you know, well on track to, you know, giving us some type of progress. And whether they are starting to put all resources into the next game or not, keep us informed, keep us in the loop, man. I told you, they need some community guys who are really, you know, just real guys. And I'm not saying that the people that they have aren't, but let's pay content creation and just people that are gonna give us the real, be able to answer our questions. Don't gotta be 24/7 around the clock, but these guys have Discord, they have Instagram, they have these social sites. You know, give us somebody, give us a Ronnie, 2K, a Boba of, you know, Undisputed to keep us informed. And I'm not saying that those guys even do the best job, but you know, just giving you, you know, an analogy towards like what we want from this game, because we're gonna still keep making content with this game as long as, you know, it's out. And I love boxing, so we're gonna keep this thing going. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me, man. But I'm telling y'all, man, they got away with a little something, man. And maybe they surprise us, but they just running out of time. It's been some months in, and I just feel like people feel like it's stale. Maybe they come back with some season packs, some animations, some 2K like things like I was talking about with seasons before, and it blows us away. And it's like, okay, this game is back. They fixed the punch track and we got more fighters, and that's things that I was optimistic about before. But hearing about game 2 and seeing how long it's taken in between things is starting to worry me. And I'm not saying starting, but it's worrying me. Like, I'm worried already, and I feel like if I was a little more informed, maybe I feel a little better. So Shout out to all my Mulagins out there. And we're going to keep the streams and stuff coming, man. But the current state of this game is just not one that I'm in favor of. So, you know, until we get some fixes, man, we got to get it going. And I was a big advocate. I'm still not hating on this game. Still not going to say Fight Night was super better, because in the early state, this game was rocking and competing outside of Desync and server. If they can blend those two patches, we in good hands. So appreciate y'all. Hit that like button if you haven't already. We got more build videos coming, more career and how-to videos as well. I'm going to get into some more on-fly things, but make sure y'all stay in tune. Peace.